Hey, it's Nintendo Sony Freak 2011 here, aka MannyWolverine. You guys are wrestling intros and outros towards this channel. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, BShoot, writing on any of the social media platforms so you guys can think of. And yeah, of course, Odyssey as well. Anyways, this one just came out almost a day, maybe 2 days ago. This is third, but I guess it's probably 3 days old, but whatever. I decided to take Monday off because just say very first number one. I already like posted a video on Saturday. Usually I don't do videos Saturday or Sundays unless it's super big. Anyways, my friend, I keep saying anyways. Yes, first day of IRL work. If any people didn't see my Hell of a Boss episode 5 reaction earlier today, even though I did it yesterday, but this one's Tuesday this time I'm doing it on. I will say this, as you can hear some Clash Insane Trilogy music in the background from Ripperoo. Because it has something to do with Toys for Bob, the ones I made the remasters for like Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and then again I think later on for Nitro Fuel. And whenever they do hopefully do a Crash Bash remaster for that. That'd be pretty fucking awesome, in my personal opinion. So this is an update. It's 2 days ago. Oh yeah, my IRL job, it's kinda like I said before, I said it again, it's kinda like because I stopped doing the other one I did for almost 12 and a half freaking years at the motel industry. I was doing for a long time. And got in to take a VAXX, aka the you know what, I can't say I'm fucking YouTube because it has to do with the COVID-118, the fake pandemic scandemic shit, or the Jabo thing. You want jabs in the arm? I'm never ever getting that. And fuck it. I mean, some of you guys want to get it, and say you were warned because it's a lot of crazy fucked up hydrogel 6G shit out there. My personal opinion, but so it says Activision update. Activision has denied that there are any downsizing Toys for Bob. It's from James Batchelor, and then I haven't read from Forbes in literally like I think a year or two, more or less. So it says reports of layoffs of Toys for Bob are incorrect and representative told Game Industry Business quote. Hopefully I might have to do a two-parter after this. Hopefully I don't have to. I might though. It says there has not been a reduction in personnel recently at the studio. The developer team has operating fully and has a number of full-time job openings. The studio has continued to support Crash Bandicoot 4 about time, and has most recently provided additional developments to Call of Duty Warzone. And the original story is the older one. Activision's own studio, Toys for Bob, has... Oh, really? I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, Activision, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, owned studio Toys for Bob has reportedly dismissed an unknown number of staff. The layoffs appear to have occurred as the developer has shifted towards the support of the development for Call of Duty Warzone, have announced the involvement in games via Twitter. It's way before, it's probably a couple days before that. On Twitter yesterday. It's way before yesterday. This is Nicholas Cole, a character design who was contradicted with the the work for Toys for Bob on Crash Bandicoot 4 until January of this year, shared with the news and called it, quote, the end of an era, unquote. Responding to another Twitter user Cole added everyone I've interfaced with the work alongside what was let go, unquote. But added that, quote, is not a totally sick shuddering, unquote. There's a lot of quotes in this thing, just like the older one I did last week Thursday. Let's continue. So it says it's not known how many other employees have been affected, although Blake Maloof, who's worked at the studio, that's a real funny ass name, Maloof, studio as a game designer for more than a decade, indicated that they have also been made redundant. It is also unclear where the Toys for Bob of the Call of Duty season. Yeah, Call of Duty is only for season 2 of the Warzone is permanent. Game Industry.biz has reached out to Activision more on the comment of the classification. Alright, so it also goes on to say most if not all, the Activision studios have worked on Call of Duty franchise. For the shift of the Activision Toys for Bob and the decision of to merge Tony Hawk's developer Vicarious Vision and Blizzard. I forgot that they did that. Wow. Earlier this week, it was announced, it was last week now, it was announced that Activision Blizzard X's Joanna Ferris, hopefully I'm saying that right, is, quote, taken over as general manager of the Call of Duty franchise. Toys for Bob was originally founded in 1989. Wow. Been around as long as I've been alive. Wow, it's wild. with the 1990 sci-fi classic Star Control as its debut release. Wow. It also has created and evolved the Skylanders franchise. Oh, I didn't know they made that one, man. I'm sorry, but that was, to me personally, that game was, to me, because maybe it wasn't a Gen Z or it didn't grow up with the Skylander because it was like 2011, 2012 when that came out. And it just bored the crap out of me. It sucked. But let's move on. In more recent years, the team developed the more Spyro Reignited trilogy. Switch version of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and last year's Crash Bandicoot 4 was about time. And then that's it. As far as overall thoughts, views, and opinions go, oh man, I really hope to God they do a good job at it. And it sucks that they did let all these people go. If they did, that's a bitch. Because if they didn't, yeah, I mean, actually, no, if they did let them go, that's sad because they're going to have to really bust their ass trying to find new work. Hopefully, it's in the game industry. Music industry, like, careers. Well, yeah, let's move on to the other stuff. Actually, I'm going to play some other shit now. This is the Overwatch stuff now. So it says the latest Overwatch skin is a controversial MMA fighter, but the 10 guys see is probably almost a week old, but I still had to touch base with this mother effer, man. More this bullshit cancel culture SJW garbage that mainstream medias like to do. I'm only going to read maybe half of it because it's extremely long as hell. Alright, so let's move on. This is legendary skin Mei MMA Mei or MMA Mei. April 28th to May 11th, so it's good all the way till next week. If you've been tuning down, this comes from, like I said again, Chris Holt. Says, if you've been tuning into the live Overwatch League's matches, scooping up OWL tokens over the last couple of weeks, there's something for news for you to spend on those rewards. To celebrate the upcoming Melee tournament, Blizzard has created an MMA Fire MMA Fire look for Mei called MMI. The developers have said that the goals, whoa, it's a lot more further than I wanted to go. Set the goals, there it is. Set the goals to capture the fighting spirit of the tournament is, quote, since last May, Melee was the first Overwatch League tournament of the year. We wanted the designs for a skin representative peak a competition. There we go, they said. We felt combat skills, or combat sports like boxing, MMA embodied the theme as well as, and to use this as the beginning designers to the legendary skin. Last year we saw in the community having fun with Mei pun, and therefore Mei was the obvious hero for the choice for the Mei Melee skins. It is a striking skin, sorry, as a real departure from Mei's other one. The snowball even looks like a ring sliding bow. Between Mei MMI, Melee, aka Mei Gala, there's just too many other puns going on right now because there are much bigger skins for the members of the other purposes. Okay, not bad. So it also goes on to say, but it's much bigger issue with the skin for some members of the community. There we go with this cancel culture SCW shit, but let's move on. Some believe that it doesn't look much like Mei as in Venn Global notes. Others have suggested there's an element of cultural appropriation. Let's go that freaking trash. Since Mei, who is Chinese, has cornrows here. It also goes on to say all this extra stuff I may or may not have something to do with it. I don't know. It's common for the MMA fighters with longer hair to braid it. It keeps their hair away from their eyes and the clutches of the opponent, so it makes sense for some of the Mei to have cornrows. However, Overwatch doesn't have a black woman in the roster and would. And the closest we got was Symmetra and the other two, they're Arabic, India, Middle Eastern, but still. But let's move on. Or Farah, I think that's what her name was, the one that was the Egyptian one. And then didn't they have that other one, not Genshi, but the one that was a black dude or whatever, and he had like the big giant dreadlocks and shit? So they did have a black character, but even though it's not a female, but it should be close enough, but whatever. Let's move on. But adding this one to the game now, amid the broader text was perhaps a bad-looking mother, and I guess Judah Jackson, I don't know what it is. I don't want to get wrapped up in controversial about black hairstyle appropriation. It's just like what happened last year with the fucking Space Buns bullshit in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now it's happening in Overwatch. Christ, it's fucking silly, man. This is but having the perspective of people who are different from you, you can't help but to help you. I'm all over the fucking place. I don't know why. Different from you can help you avoid easy PR gaffes like this one. And then this chick, Judah Jackson, also goes on to say, policies It also goes on to say, the politics of this, however, whatever to me, but putting a character in a black hairstyle before you add a black woman to the game is going to make people feel bad. Overwatch 2 has no release yet today. There's no release date, excuse me. We've been asking players to take a lot of faith and not giving much back. And also keeps going to say this and like little promotion and all that. You guys can read that. For our thoughts, views, and opinions, I don't want to give her hats. This isn't any of the first time this happened either. Like I just sold Animal Crossing New Horizons. That happened. And even way before in the late 90s, early mid 2000s, a dude way back in the day with the first few white rappers like Insane Clown Posse and the old school Eminem before he started going mainstream, Marshall Mathers. I don't think he ever did cornrows. He just made his hair like always a fade all the time. There's that. And a bunch of old school the white rappers were like that. Even the one that was a parody dude, the Riff Raff guy. And then it was like James Franco's character. And then like the late 80s, early 90s dudes like Beastie Boys, even though it's way before and after my time. I mean, they didn't do cornrows, but some black people, they still loved listening to crap out of that type of music. It was like badass at the time. So I don't know why the fuck, oh, this is cultural appropriation. They're being racist because they're not black. It's fucking stupid. Even some people I knew when I was growing up in Harlem and shit, they weren't black 100%, but they were half black, half Dominican, and Puerto Rican ones. They wear cornrows and like fucking all that shit all the time. Nobody fucking yelled at them. It's fucking bullshit, you know? It's trash. All these dumbass SJW cancel cultures just still can't get their heads out of their fucking goddamn asses. They need to wake up, smell the coffee. The world does not goddamn revolve around them. Like I say in every one of my videos, man. Idiot, dumb shits. But anyways, they're sheeps. They're never going to wake up. Well, let's get on to the older one. This was almost a week old, 6 days ago. Pokemon shirts and designs. Introduces 34 new designs. The home-based Pokemon. I should have played Pokemon music for this. I don't know why I didn't, because I'm still playing Overwatch, but whatever. I'll play it another time. This one comes from Gala Moss. I'm only going to read half of it because it's actually really, really fucking long. Several months back, the Pokemon Company and Original Stitch, I really want to get one of these. Hopefully it's an XL. Original Stitch announced that the various Hoenn regions. Alright, yeah, Hoenn region Pokemon Gen 3. Even though it's not my most favorite, but I still do like it. Pokemon shirt design as a catalog. Will be joining the Pokemon shirts as a design catalog. Well, for the line is now expanding with more beautiful designs. Inspiration by Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. And as long as Groudon and Kraydon's in there, they gotta be in there. Both companies have announced that 34 new designs. It should have been like 40 or 50 because that leads to Rule 34, and there's a bunch of that already. New designs based on Home Pokemon are now available for fans to order as shirts, bandanas, and even face masks. Ritualistic shame. I'm not surprised. So let's move on. Crafted by the prominent makeup artist Tadashi Harada. These designs are mainly themed around Pokemon, of course. And one design is even featured the legendary Groudon. I knew it. And Rayquaza are going to be on there. You'll be able to order these new designs over here. Ships to select location worldwide. Check out some of the preview images linked down below. All I'm not going to wear is the ritualistic shame mask, aka the face mask, because you already know I am. Tell me tinfoil hat theorist all you want. I get 0 fucks. I'm never going to get none of that in me, number one. And number two, if you get that in you, hey, it's like people didn't warn you. There's some real evil shit in there. I'm going to go deeper into that because one of his other dude, James Corbett, he ended up losing his fucking channel over what he said about it. But it is what it is, man. Rest in peace to that channel. Hopefully he's still around. I think he's still on Brady on BitChute, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, D-Live, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, links down below. Cartel and the sign. That's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen. Fanboys and fangirls, as always. Talkers and Kimonos. I'll see you guys today, every night, wherever you're out there. Stay tuned more future content channel, including video game ministries. I have Mon news, Internet news, Twitch news, drama news, reaction videos. That's it. Peace out on the talk crowd. Ladies and bye. See you on the flip side.